Hi everybody. We thought it was appropriate just to bring you up to speed with where we're at in terms of this year's development. Everyone's got a progress report on their chairs. I don't expect you to read it now, but digest it at your leisure. There's been lots going on. I'm actually only 21 years old, but look at my age because of all the work that we've been doing. So, just to put some context about how the IEP goes about what it does and how it does its work, we developed a new vision statement a couple of years ago, and a couple of colleagues have already asked me who don't know about the IEP what the difference is between the IEP and a particular other organisation that helps support this sector from a trade perspective and from a corporate perspective. This is going
too fast for you, really.
Even I can't speak that fast.
So is that all working then?
So, we set out our stall, we set out what we were here to try and achieve. And we made it as clear as possible, and this is not going to stop. So, made it as clear as possible, the IEP is there to support those that support others, to gain work, progress in work, and sustain work. It does exactly what it says on the tin. We are there for frontline staff, frontline managers, and leaders of business to make their business more sustainable and make those individuals better at what they do. The whole point, from a social point of view, that I do this is that we want to inspire people to deliver better services. The whole point about this is they are our movement towards enabling people to do a better job. This is going to be really hard to keep up with now. So, we had some key objectives in 2018. I'm going to see, how do you pause this?
Stop.
So, we had some key objectives in 2018, and they were to develop new partnerships and new relationships, and one of the reasons we're here today is to enable us to do that. It was to make sure that we were doing more events like this, so everybody from lots and lots of different levels within the organisations would be able to engage, talk to each other, share a common purpose, share what they're trying to achieve, and make sure that they get better at what they're doing. We wanted to make sure that the website, the portal to that development, and the opportunity for people to engage was fit for purpose. It was about 6 years out of date. The IEP is 6 years old. It was out of date when it was first put in. It was clunky, it wasn't usable, it wasn't helpful. But it was there, and so what we wanted to do was to reinvigorate that, and we've added a new social link app and a social link section there where people can really share what they do every single day, as you would do through LinkedIn with the wider world, but this is very, very sector specific. And we wanted to make sure that these networking opportunities happened across the UK, and there are colleagues in the room that have been at the vanguard of that. And I'd really, really like to take this opportunity to thank Craig and his staff and team for doing that, and for Stuart particularly for actually spearheading the regional network development across the UK. We have events backed up now, and lots and lots of opportunity to meet new people and to engage with people. So it was really important that we engage with members really, really effectively. It's going again. And I expect this won't just happen on my presentation, although that would be my luck. So, I wanted to engage with members really effectively. We needed to have a portal that was fit for purpose, that people could access the information that they required. We needed to also make sure that we offered discounts, that the membership was viable and affordable for everybody. The current membership rate is £52 a year, that's £1 a week. Don't want to sound like I have to sell used cars, although that's a great profession also, but that's all it costs. And make sure that we had all these opportunities for people to engage. So in 2018, we'd just come out about 2 years as a commercial entity. Before that, we were grant funded. And you can imagine going from having a chunk of government money through UKCS to having to go out and sell your wares, as it were, to employers and organisations, it's quite a challenging prospect. And so we built on that over the last 2 years. We now have nearly 3,000 members. We'll have 5,000 members by the end of this financial year next July. And if some of the things I'll talk about very quickly in a moment come off, it may well be closer to 10. But we also have 4,000 members who are members of corporate organisations who are not yet members. And we target those individuals to convert into an individual relationship with us, not just one that is employer-led. It says on another slide that we've also got access to 7,000 people every single week that we send our newsletter out to. That's also grown in the last 4 weeks to just about 10,000 people. I know that because MailChimp is costing me an absolute fortune every single month now because of the group. And you can see a number of organisations there on the chart here. People wide-ranging from city councils to housing associations, to traditional in the purest sense employment support providers, to careers organisations, and the whole kind of gambit of people in between private, public and third sector, charitable sector organisations. We send out a newsletter every single week. For those of you who've seen it, I think it gets better every week. I'd love to get your thoughts and your feedback on that. It tells you what's going on in the sector. It also gives you good case studies and news stories. CTEC being one of those organisations, very good at sending through things that they are doing, promoting through IEP, but it is learning. It's really interesting how they go about, particularly in their apprenticeship activity. And as I say, that's at 7,700. It's almost 10,000 now. And we have fellows, like any professional institute. We have people who, at all different levels within the sector. Our fellows, we have regular dinners. The next one is on the 14th of November in Cardiff, if anyone is in the Cardiff area. And then we have another one in London before we finish for this calendar year. There'll be about another 7 or 8, probably 8 next year in all areas of the country. And I actively encourage those people who are either fellows, and there are 60 odd of us now in the IEP, or are aspiring fellows, or are just people of genuine interest, can come along and talk to individuals there. And it's great fun, but also we invariably save the world at every dinner. Some interesting feedback there around what the IEP does and how it goes about doing it. Because we've had a number of delays, I won't focus on that too much. And we have those knowledge bank articles. We have something called Knowledge Bank where the learning sits, where you can record your CPD, where you can show what you've learned. Individuals, particularly working on the front line, can take those to appraisals, can print up their certificates. It's a really, really good portal. We engage with charities and key stakeholders and build specialised and professional content. So why would we build something around sight loss when the RNIB know what it takes to help and support somebody with sight loss? And an organisation like Genius within with Asperger's or dyspraxia. So we get professionals from the sector to write collateral learning pieces for us. We've developed a series of webinars which is taking off, and we make sure that we've got access to other partner resources. That's what the website looks like now. It's much improved. I can't show you the old one now, which I'm glad of, because I wasn't very proud of it. And Claire's going to talk more about this in a moment, but the last 16, 18 months of Claire and I's life has been developing CTEC as lead employer of that employer group, the Employability Practitioner Trailblazer Apprenticeship. And that has been one of the best 18 months of my life, doing that activity, doing something that's really, really going to make a difference to people's ability, the proof that people can prove that they know what they're doing. The opportunity for the sector finally to turn around and say, we work on people's independence, we help and support them to get a better life, to get on, to move forward. Why are we recognised by the public as being less important or impactful than a social worker? Why is that? And so we're building a qualification, a standard that will enable us to engender ourselves properly with the public and with government at large. That's a group of the employee group that were working with us. And really, very quickly, Greg, what are we going to do next? Well, in your progress report, there's lots and lots of activity going to take place this year. And I would absolutely encourage you to get involved in whatever way you want to be involved. Whether that's as a corporate partner, whether that's as an individual member, whether that's as a strategic partner, We need everybody to build this sector to really, really engender this to the public and government at large and make sure that everyone understands what it's doing. So we've got a pilot running in Saudi Arabia at the moment with key organisations that are UK based, they're working over there. The Apprenticeship Trailblazer, which Claire will talk a great deal about in a moment. More regional networking events, more webinars, piloting in IEP in Australia. We're very, very close to launching that. Very excited about what that can mean in a commissioning landscape that's changing there. And many, many more partnerships. So I hope that if you're not engaged with the IEP already, you're prepared to have a conversation. We'd be really pleased to have that conversation with you, and we hope you will engage with us and make this a fantastic profession to be involved in. Thank you.